With respect to video gaming, this has to be one of the most pro-consumer moves I have ever seen on my 37 years on this planet. Today, on the Xbox Wire, Phil Spencer himself took pen to paper, or at least put his name on the top of someone else's hard work, to talk all about the new Xbox Series X and what us as consumers can expect to see moving forward. There have been a lot of podcasts and YouTube videos and blog posts already talking about this. This news happened quite a while ago, but I want to focus on one specific thing here in this blog post, and it's with this graphic right here, and it's about the smart delivery. This is a really big deal, and it lays the foundation for what could be a very seamless transition for many of us from one console generation to the next. I'm immune to a lot of these things because I'm a PC gamer at heart, and you guys always know I talk about the Ultrawide Master Race and the PC Master Race, which I am a proud card-carrying member of. I prefer to play on PC because it looks better and it's more efficient. And everything that you're seeing here is something that PC has been doing for a very long time. We have all the bells and whistles. We have the ability to open different executables, depending on how powerful your rig is, at different times with quick save events and different sorts of emulation to bring some of our older games forward with us. The fact that console gamers, and I too am a console gamer, but the fact that console gamers have not yet been able to experience this is really disheartening and frustrating. And I'm really glad to see that gap continue to close between what should be how gaming is always done and what consoles have done to us in the past. But it seems like Microsoft has finally gotten it with this blog post, and specifically back to that point on smart delivery. Essentially, what's going to happen is you are going to buy a game one time. Whether you play it on your Xbox One, your Xbox One S, your Xbox One X, or your Xbox Series X, that game will be with you. And I guess for good measure, we should probably throw in Project xCloud as well. Although it's not specifically mentioned here, there's no reason to believe that that functionality won't carry over as well. You're going to buy that game one time, and you're going to have it. Whatever those consoles you play on, you're going to have it, and the game is going to optimize itself automatically to best fit your play experience. Maybe it'll be these fabled 120 frames a second. I can tell you now, on my 2080 Ti, it's very hard for me to get 120 frames a second. And I have a very powerful computer and a very powerful machine that's optimized in a way to give me the best frames. So I don't think that's going to be the case, but let's just pretend. But you are going to get faster load times on the better consoles. You are going to get a better refresh rate on your games. You're going to get better draw distance. All of those wonderful bells and whistles that we currently do experience on PC gaming will finally make its way over to console. If you stick with your old Xbox One, the one I still have upstairs, the Forza Racing Edition. We're talking about the old brick Xbox One, the very first iteration that came out with the big old ugly Connect port on the back. Games are going to work for that too, okay? So it's going to know what you want it to do. Very similar to PC gaming, where now I can upgrade my PC tomorrow, although there's not really much to upgrade, but let's just pretend the 3080 Ti's come out tomorrow and I want one. I can very quickly go into my graphical settings and I can tune my draw distance and I can tune my refresh rate if I want to force one, and what DirectX I'm using and what kind of texture quality or anti-aliasing mapping I want to have, and I can continue to play my favorite games wherever I go. Finally, the console is going to do that for you, and this is such a pro-consumer move because up until now, when a console generation has lapsed and we are into the PlayStation 1 to 2, the 2 to 3, the 3 to 4, or the Nintendo games, or and it doesn't matter. You name a console, typically everything you had on that old library is gone and lost. Now, Microsoft dipped their toe in the water a few years ago with backward compatibility on some select titles that had some enhancement with them, which means some of your old Xbox 360 games would work for your Xbox One. And that was just the beginning. This smart delivery is taking that to an entirely new level. Right now, Microsoft and Cyberpunk have been the only two studios not Cyberpunk is not a studio. CD Projekt Red is a studio. Cyberpunk is the game. Have been the only two so far to announce that they're going to allow you to upgrade for free from one generation to another. In other words, those games that come out on the border of a generation where it's like, here's the PlayStation 3 version of a game, and here's the PlayStation 4 version of the game. Two totally separate SKUs, two totally separate purchases, two totally separate pieces of media. Now Microsoft is saying on our stuff, and CD Projekt Red, we are going to let you just jump into our ecosystem and we'll take care of the rest. You don't have to keep buying it multiple times. That is so pro-consumer, it makes me happy. I don't even want an Xbox Series X. I have already decided that I'm not going to be purchasing this, at least at launch, because my computer is going to do all the heavy lifting, and I guarantee you my computer is going to run any game infinitely better than the Xbox Series X could. I don't need an Xbox Series X. But not everybody has a gaming computer like me, and some people are looking forward to this, and that's awesome. But I will say this news makes me want to go out and support it solely for the sake of supporting it, throwing my money behind these guys and saying, I believe in you, and I love this premise. And thank you to Phil Spencer, and thank you to Microsoft for really taking a step back and looking at how screwed up consoles have been for the last 10, 15 years, and making a pledge, at least in your own little ecosphere, to fix that. Thank you guys so much for that. And I'm a PlayStation guy, I really do love my PlayStation. And I really do love my PC. But I'll tell you what, this kind of stuff is going to absolutely turn the tide of the console wars. And if I was an executive right now at PlayStation, I would really be sweating bullets if I didn't have this functionality already detailed. And it's going to be incredibly interesting when the PlayStation 5 is announced to see exactly what kind of capability and what kind of pro-consumer direction they take with their console, because it really will shape the console wars. This is a really, really big deal. And unfortunately, I don't think it's getting the credit it deserves right now. But I will tell you what, if this is something that Microsoft can continue to capitalize on and continue to get ahead of, and even more so, if they can start financially or at least through social media pressurization on other studios like Ubisoft or like Bethesda and say, you know what? Bring your games over and we will pay you the difference on the back end, or we will not publicly shame you, however they handle that. Then it's an absolute no-brainer, and I think everybody knows that the Xbox One Series X is the definitive winner of the console wars, regardless of what happens. With that one caveat, games sell consoles. All of these studios that Microsoft made, that have bought and have kind of cultivated, you guys better deliver. Because I'll tell you what, we didn't really see it this generation, and the numbers between the consoles reflect that. You could have the most advanced, powerful, coolest console, the most consumer-friendly console in the planet, but if you don't have any games that are worth a damn, nobody is going to be interested in what you're selling. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Take care of yourselves, and until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.